Something happened to my Fujifilm X-PRO3 and I want to share with you what happened and why I'm thinking to buy Nikon ZF. So let's talk about this now. Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Tudor Matescu and in this video I want to share with you my experience 3+ years with X-PRO3 versus Nikon ZF, and I will throw in the mix the potential camera from Fujifilm X-PRO4. So if you are in content like this, please subscribe now to my channel, hit that subscribe button and give it a like. I've made recently a video about Nikon ZF versus X-T5, my perspective, and I'm standing to this perspective because I was really thinking to sell my X-T5 and to remain just with X-PRO3. Why? Because I'm loving very much the X-PRO3 experience. This camera really taught me to make better photography, and when I'm looking at all my photography made with this camera, yes, I feel it is better regarding composition, regarding light, regarding end result. Yes, this kind of an APS-C. So of course a full frame camera would render better image quality like Nikon ZF. But why this camera is special? Well, because of at least two things: the optical viewfinder and this screen. This screen, it's a special screen. It's an extraordinary design idea, but it had a problem regarding the implementation. And I will tell you immediately what is the problem and what happened to me and what I hoped not to happen. So, I've used this camera for almost 3+ years. In the last year, because I've switched with all kinds of cameras, the X-PRO3, I've used X-T5, Sony cameras and so on, I didn't use so much X-PRO3. And on the forums, it was a rumor that the screen has a problem because of this implementation. So you open the screen, you close the screen. And the rumor said that lots of users had their sub-monitor died, and after that, the LCD entirely died. You are able to see that my LCD is still working, but this is the problem: the sub-monitor died. You aren't able to see the information and the film simulation on the sub-monitor. So the sub-monitor isn't showing any more informations. So, according to other Fujifilm X-PRO3 shooters, what will happen next is the screen will die. But what is interesting about this is that I didn't use, how I've said, the camera in the past year, so at least 1 year, I didn't use it too much. And I knew about the rumored problem with the monitor. And I've decided to keep the camera in the drawer without the battery. So I protected as much as I could the camera for this problem, because the rumor is that we Fujifilm X-PRO3 shooters are using the screen like this. We are closing it, we are opening like this, and we will break the ribbon. I don't know if this is the real problem, the ribbon, but from what I know is that Fujifilm, when you will send this camera into their repair service, will change all the entire unit, will change all the entire screen, not just the ribbon. So this is what happened to X-PRO3, and it seems even if you will repair the screen, you'll have the same problem. And by the way, I have a special newsletter dedicated to the passionate photographers. So if you want to learn more about photography tips, tricks, and all kinds of useful information for free, please subscribe to my newsletter, link in the comments and description. So X-PRO3 build quality, in the end, it is with big problems. In the end, any X-PRO3 camera will happen this. I didn't believe this till it happened to me. I hoped it will not happen. I am understanding what is happening, but I hoped that they were able to make a system that will not happen this. And what is more interesting is that my friend that has an XF1 had the same problem with a bad ribbon implementation that is connected to the XF1 zoom. So when you zoom in, when you zoom out, you will ruin the ribbon. So Fujifilm is making, after years from XF1 to X-PRO3, the same ribbon mistake. So this is a huge problem. Made in Japan, so what? This is a huge problem. So if I will repair this camera, then this means after 3 years or 2 years, the problem will occur again. So this is where the X-PRO4 problem comes into play, and we also have a very interesting stuff because yes, we have this problem, but there could be a good thing in this problem, and I will address it after comparing X-PRO3 to Nikon ZF. So why Nikon ZF compared to X-PRO3? Because it's a full frame camera. You'll get full frame quality, and this means a lot when you want to make portraits and when you want to have that good image quality. So Nikon ZF, it will be great for any kind of photography, landscape photography, portrait photography, and also it will be very good because it has the AF of Z8 and Z9. The AF of X-PRO3, it is very, very behind. Next, they think very well about making a rugged camera. So you have brass dials with Nikon ZF. So this means a lot. I really don't like the plastic dials on my X-T5. I really don't like them. On X-PRO3, I don't know, I don't feel they are plastic. They are pretty rugged. I like them more than on my X-T5. This is why I was thinking to sell my X-T5 and to remain with X-PRO3 because I'm loving it so much. And I will tell you immediately why again. So anyway, we have on ZF a very, very rugged body, heavy body, 700 grams. You must add a grip to it to make it more comfortable to your hand, depending on what lens you are shooting. But the next problem that remains is that you don't have enough small lenses. But you have a lens that I don't like it too much. But because of the build quality of X-PRO3 and because of the image quality of Fujifilm f2.8, 27mm f2.8 lens, I feel that the Nikon 40mm f2 will be better, and how I've said, it will be better in the end than this small pancake from Fujifilm. The problem is that that lens is from Plastic Fantastic and you have a rugged body with a Plastic Fantastic lens. But you can adapt lenses with the FTZ adapter or manual dedicated lenses that are made from other manufacturers like 7 Artisan or TT Artisan. So you can get a manual focusing experience very interesting with aperturing. And now we are getting to a very interesting feature that Nikon ZF has, and this is IAF and face detection in manual focusing. It's not clear for me if this function will work with third-party lenses like a TT Artisan lens or like a 7 Artisan lens or like a Leica adapted lens, who knows, or like an old Nikon lens. But if this function in manual focusing will work, so you'll zoom with your ring and the camera will punch in on the face and on the eye, this is a huge advantage. This is a huge advantage. This means you can use Nikon ZF with lots of third-party adapted lenses without the FTZ adapter. So Nikon Z lenses, not adapted. So from TT Artisan and other manufacturers, lenses that will come. Another great thing is that we have some lenses from what I'm knowing from TT Artisan. We also have a 23mm f2.8, and probably TT Artisan and other manufacturers will bring lenses, small lenses on the table for the Nikon full frame system. And another good thing is that on a full frame system, you can use without problems the f2.8 aperture in low light. Personally, I'm not satisfied with an f2.8 aperture on a Fujifilm camera, and I feel it's because of the X-trans sensor and how the X-trans sensor is translating the information from RAW files. Or Lightroom is translating it from X-trans, it doesn't matter, I don't like it. But on Sony APS-C, I'm liking what I'm getting with an f2.8 aperture. Here, I don't like it. So overall, it seems that Nikon ZF, it's a very good alternative to X-PRO3. You will also have the flip screen that I don't like, but you'll have a closed screen. So this means you can use the viewfinder, that it's bright, rounded, and all it's looking great. So overall, you have some lenses to start with. You have the 40mm f2 and the 28mm f2.8. These are my go-to lenses for street photography. I'm loving the 28 and the 40mm f2, not f2.8. So great deal here, great deal with full frame. The only downside for me is the fact that we don't have this type of screen or a tilt screen, but you can use the viewfinder. So this is a compromise here, and I'm now getting to the part why I like this implementation and why I don't know if Fujifilm will be able to bring an X-PRO4 with an implementation like this that will not broken the screen in the end, and why probably X-PRO4 will have a flip out screen or a normal tilt screen. But one more important thing about the X-PRO3 problem is that X-PRO3 never dies. It will transform in a Leica MD, a true Leica MD alternative. So this is why I'm not 100% decided to sell it or to repair it, because when the screen will stop working, I will truly have a rangefinder experience and analog experience, because not having a screen, this camera will be just like AMD, a digital camera without the screen. So this is an advantage. So X-PRO3 never dies on you. And now, if you want to take your business at the next level, please check my business newsletter dedicated to working photographers. There I share tips and tricks on how to earn money from photography and grow your photography business. I have there 5 tools that you need to use in your photography business to grow your business and to get clients. Click the link in the comments and description. The link also is printed here. Let's get to this implementation of the screen. This is the best implementation from my point of view if you are passionate about street photography, about taking photography with the viewfinder, but also about experiencing shooting with a screen like this. It's like shooting a Rolleiflex camera, analog camera, not like a digital camera. This motion, it's a big deal. It's a very, very big deal. Yes, you are limited when it comes to vertical shooting with this type of screen. But for shooting like this, and all the reviewers agreed and felt this, is like shooting with a Rolleiflex camera. It's like shooting with a twin lens reflex camera, with a TLR camera. So you can go from the rangefinder experience looking through the optical viewfinder to a TLR camera. So a very huge deal. This helped me a lot, and this is why I am thinking to sell it, because I use the screen a lot and I was loving it. I was loving it more than a tilt screen like on X-T5. So on X-T5 the tilt screen is doing the job, but I don't know why on X-PRO3 this screen and this move is helping me make better compositions. I don't know. The screen is not blocked at all by the viewfinder. Also, it's a little more down and you are able to see better the scene that you are composing. So anyway, a great implementation, but it has a flaw, the ribbon. And I don't know if Fujifilm will make X-PRO4 again with the same mistake. And if they will make it with the same mistake, I don't know if I will buy it. I think if Fujifilm will not be able to address and to assume this mistake and to assure us that X-PRO4 will not have this problem, if they will implement this type of screen, then for sure I will not look for X-PRO4. But next, Fujifilm probably will decide for X-PRO4 to go with a flip-out screen, and I think this is one of the biggest mistakes, or go with a tilt screen. I think this is a good compromise because the majority of the users didn't understand this screen. Yes, you must buy this camera, you must use it, and you must understand it. But after you use the screen, how I've said, as a TLR camera, and after you use this camera as a rangefinder camera, you'll find great pleasure in shooting it. So now overall I am in the next situation. Take this camera and send it to Fujifilm to repair it or to sell it. Well, the cost of taking this camera to Fujifilm, it's around $150, and also the repair cost, from what I've read on the forums, it's around $200. So overall it's a problem for me because I don't know if I want to spend so much on this camera, having in mind that X-PRO4 probably will appear in the next year. But if X-PRO4 will have a flip screen or a tilt out screen, then again this is a problem. So having all these problems, I've decided why not sell this camera in the end and go with Nikon ZF and see after that what is happening. But the problem that other Fujifilm YouTubers address, that Fujifilm has big problems regarding build quality, it seems it is true. I had lots of build quality problems with this camera. When I first bought it, I had problems with the optical viewfinder. The optical viewfinder had burnt lines on it. Other people addressed a big problem with the EVF. So the EVF had problems, and now we have problems with the screen. So X-PRO3, a great concept, a great design, but very poor implementation regarding build quality. I'm totally loving the camera, don't get me wrong, but You want a camera that will not broken you. You want a reliable camera. So it seems that Fujifilm has big problems, even if the camera is made in Japan, regarding build quality. So this is why I'm thinking to Nikon ZF. I'm having there the lenses, the focal lenses that I'm shooting so often, the 28mm f2.8 and the 40mm f2. Yes, even if those lenses are not at the level of standard Nikon lenses that have great image quality, they will do the job better than an APS-C lens. They will do it better in the end. What can we do? Next, I can adapt with the flip out screen. I'm shooting more and more Sony a7C and I'm really loving the results. So the results are motivating me to adapt with the flip screen. This is the best implementation when you want to have the rangefinder experience and the TLR experience. But in the end, if this doesn't work, why not go to a camera that does work? So Nikon ZF, it's on my list and I will see what I will do with X-PRO3. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe now to my channel for more content like this. Give it a like, share my video with your friends and leave me your comments. Now please check the next video. Click here right now.